What is up, guys? It's Mitch or Deity, and we're entering day 7 of the new player guide. So today is going to basically just be catch-up day. I am going to show you what you can be working on. You should be farming unrecorded history in the background 24/7 for today. You need to stock up on as much stigma as you possibly can. But I'm going to go over a bunch of things that you can do throughout the day. So if this is the first video you're seeing, I have uploaded a bunch of guides of what you should be doing from day 1 to 7 up to this point. There's a playlist on my channel. You can go back and watch that. Day 1 is selective summon who's starting. Day 2 is joining a guild, and then pet system, and then so on. So for this part of the guide, I'm going to be first off claiming my rewards. We're going to do our summons because that'll be fun. I like doing summons. So let's go ahead and claim all this. And then we did clear Golem 13 yesterday. So just make sure today you are up to the Golem part of the guide. That is all you really need to do for tomorrow. But the more work you put in today, you'll have to do later. So I got Euphine. That's okay. I mean, if I get lucky on my Moonlight summons, I might be able to do some kind of lab thing with her for a guide quicker. So because there's a way that you can use her in lab. So one of the things to be working on today to where you can get like 1,000 ancient coins per entry ticket, which is really nice. But for right now, we did beat Golem 13. I used the team in yesterday's video 2 more times and was able to beat it. And then I did a 15 run of Golem to claim the rest of those rewards. So before we get into the tomorrow for day 8, make sure you have finished all of these. So as you see, I still need to upgrade some more gear, and I still need to acquire 20 more Spirit Blooms. So with this, I need to make sure this is all done before we get into tomorrow. Next up, Molagora Challenge. Make sure that you are finishing this. So these chests that you get are insanely valuable at the beginning of the game. You can claim 700 of any crafting material. So make sure you have these because I'm going to be going over what you can do with them. I'm going to be doing a crafting guide very soon. So make sure you get all of this done. The sooner you have this, the better off you will be. Next up, make sure you've done the equipment and done the energy. So if you want to finish this, you can either, with the teams that I showed you, you can either farm Wyvern. You can farm up to Wyvern 12 probably with the team that you use to manual Wyvern 13. You will fail some runs, but just auto it, let it run in the background until you finish this. You can farm Golem too. I wouldn't suggest Golem as much, but you could farm some Wyvern 13/12 if you feel like it with the teams that I gave you before. If you were to go and take the new gear that you've gotten throughout the last couple days as we got into and beating Golem 13, you could probably make a decent Wyvern team, but the biggest thing is just doing this 50 times is all you need to do. And once you hit, I think it's rank 60, the next part of this will come up. So then there's one more section. So all we really have to do left for challenges on the account is the Molagora challenge very hard, and that gives some really good rewards as well. And then we are going to have the last Hunt Expert challenge, which is Banshee. So tomorrow we will be going over all the Banshee stuff, preparing, and then the next day we will beat Banshee. So make sure you're collecting all your stuff every single day. The adventure for new heirs. I believe this is the last part of this mission. You need to buy stuff with AP. These rewards are okay. The 7 catalyst chests are pretty nice, but these rewards are really good because you get 20 necklace and ring charms, which is not a ton, but it helps out progression. An extra 1,500,000 gold is pretty nice. So make sure you get all this stuff too. So with doing that, go in, do the challenges and adventure to get your Breath of Orbises. Make sure you are getting those today. The sooner you get them, the more free Skystones you can start getting on your account, and I will go over the Sanctuary tomorrow, what you should have everything leveled as. But just make sure you do the, well, you have to actually click in one of these to get in this AP exchange. But make sure you're doing the AP exchanges that have the Breath of Orbises. So this one, I need to go finish these 2 challenges. The Breath of Orbis costs 250. I can buy it right away, and it'll put me points towards spending the amount you need to. If you need to spend a few more points to finish that, you can just, like this, I have 110. I could do 2 stages real quick and then buy a Cursed Ash or any of these catalysts. So if you need a certain one, you could buy it. If not, just buy whichever one because you can trade them in later. So within this, that is what you will need to do. Now, once you have bought all those, one thing too is make sure you are doing all the challenges. You just at least get to the 34 point, because if you go and try to do one of these stages, you will see, well, actually, never mind. Chapter 2 is easy. You just have 3 more heroes survive. So finish all of these challenges. This is a lot of Skystones. I have 2,000 Skystones sitting in here that I can get. And the 2000 Skystones will also give me Stigma as I'm farming it, a bunch more Catalyst. So try to full clear Chapter 2 in every way that you can. You do not have to buy every item from the AP exchanges. I would not buy the free attack set. The free attack set, we get so many attack sets that you just do not need this. But from this point on, just buy the Breath of Orbises from everything below Chapter 6. From Chapter 6, you can buy these pieces. These pieces are great for PvE characters. Like this piece is perfect for a Wyvern team. So these pieces, if you would like to buy them, you can. It will add an extra thing of gear for in your account. And I think they only cost 120 AP a piece. Hopefully they do. That's how much the other ones cost, lower. So hopefully these are 120 AP a piece. And these will give you another set for one of your PvE characters, and they have effectiveness, so it can be used for your Wyvern character. You can go ahead and get your Wyvern team just permanently set up by getting this piece, or these pieces, because every single piece, this one's perfect for it too, is effectiveness, crit chance. They're all really nice. This one sucks, so you only need 4 pieces, so I wouldn't get the helmet. I would get the necklace. The chest is pretty good, but I think the boots are better. Actually, where are the boots? Did I skip them? Maybe there are no boots. Never mind. There are no boots. Don't worry about the boots because there are none. So I would just skip the helmet if you're going to get that set. But make sure to buy the Breath of Orbises. Those will be permanently on your account, giving permanent bonuses and big to do. So once you have cleared Chapter 2 fully, then start pushing Chapter 3. So your story farming team is going to look like this. You can either put Adventurer, Raz, or Crozet because both of them will be geared now. Your Crozet will be on your super tanky set, and your Adventurer Raz will be on your free HP set that you got from doing Golem. Then you will second... Actually, I shouldn't be changing this team. Oops, who is in the front, Cigarette? I am farming with this team in background battle. So this is going to be your team. It's already set up, except you will be using Tieria still. So the reason you use Tieria over Mercedes or any other character, you could, if you built Surmi, you could use her, you could switch out Tieria. The reason I use Tieria through clearing Chapter 3 is she is element neutral. So by having element neutrality, by being a Moonlight character, you do not have to worry about missing or taking additional damage from a character or a boss that is elemental advantage to you. So by doing this team or doing your front tank Wyvern team, either one will work. You can just push with this. You should have Tama by this point because Tama banner goes away. So you'll have your Tama, you'll have your Raz on the second free HP set, so your Tama on the first. Your Destina will be ungeared right now. Just that is fine. You don't have to use Destina. Your Crozet's going to be on your Wyvern Tinky set. Your Destina, or your Spectre Tenebra, free attack set. Buy this ring from Guild Shop or the Arena Shop. Then your boots. These boots come from the first story. If you do not have these boots, buy the crit set boots from the Arena Shop. They cost 720 Conquest points. And those boots are better. I'm probably going to buying them and putting them on instead of those very soon. So they could roll bad, but even if they roll bad, I get an additional 10 speed because those boots go to 45 speed because they're tier 88. So the lower the tier, the lower the main stat the piece is going to have, if you did not know that. So I'm going to have to move my gear back over to my Free Spirit Terrier. It's currently on my Mercedes from clearing Golem. So we'll have that, and then as we get that crit set, we have an extra attack set currently in our thing as well that we are not using on anyone. We actually probably have multiple pieces. So by tomorrow, if we get all that crit or the destruction set from Story 2, we could probably build our Wyvern team to just be able to farm Wyvern whenever we want. So that is our next goal. Tomorrow we'll be setting up our Wyvern team, permanent Wyvern team, not permanent, but it'll work as we're going through the guide, and you can make some changes as you go and keep upgrading it. But you will have a Wyvern 13 team consistently from that point and not have to worry about the gear anymore unless you're doing upgrades. So you should be working on Hazel specialty change. The next thing, Hazel is going to be very important come Chapter 4. So whenever you're doing Hazel, here are her challenges. I am going to be working on Falconer Clary too. Falconer Clary is going to be a staple for this guide as well as we start getting into PvP and possibly expos, depending on which expos are available. So with Hazel, you need to clear 500 mysterious magic things. You do this, if you click go next to it, it'll take you to the stage, but I think it takes you to the non-unrecorded history stage. But just farm unrecorded history, the 4th stage. We'll have a bunch of these, just farm that. Next up, gives 6 mysterious flash catalysts. So farming these will give you probably, I think I had 0. I started farming these, I got 6. So I got lucky. But you just give her these, and you need to clear a hunt 150 times. So do not worry about doing this part yet until we get our Wyvern 13 team built back up tomorrow with the sets that we are going to attain from Adventure 2. And once we get the Wyvern 13 team back set up, then we will be able to farm that. But I'm going to probably be waiting to farm a ton of that until I am on week 2, so I have a couple more days before reset, and I'm going to do a second pet guide for getting your hunt pet. So by having a hunt pet, you'll be able to get additional drops from the hunt. You'll be able to get double crafting materials, a chance to get the stuff from each run. So hopefully we can get some of those pets and have a much better time farming our hunts for this 150, because 150 hunts is a lot if you're farming hunt 13. 20 stamina a piece. I have to clear 130. It's 2,600 stamina. 2,600 stamina divided by 30. I don't know. Quick math. 100 refreshes. That's like 700 sky stones. It's, I think, maybe more. How many is that? It's a lot of sky stones. So just know this is going to take a big chunk out. But having her, you'll be able to get Aiden, and once you get Aiden, you'll be so happy. There are so many players who have been playing the game for years that still don't have Aiden, and you will have her within the first 30 days. So you will be able to brag to everyone, I got her in 30 days. So that'll be cool for you. I'm happy. All right, let's go ahead and do some summons, and let me think if there's anything else I want to do for the guide. So, like I said, you should have finished summoning on your story summon for Tamarin. As you see, the banner currently goes away in 17 hours for me. Make sure you're watching this and you do not lose your pity. So if you are at 30 from pity and you only have so many hours left, if you are done for the day and can't play anymore to earn any more of the free Covenant bookmarks, then you need to use Sky Stones to finish her. You do not want this banner to go away without you getting her, or you just wasted all your resources that you put into this banner. Didn't waste them, but you did not use them efficiently. So today is going to be the last day of my 10 Covenant summons. This is the last free 10 summon we get, and then we start only getting 1 summon per day. So let me go ahead and rip this. Please get a 5-star. Please get a 5-star. No 5 stars from all of it. No 5 stars from the entire 10 summon event. Is what it is. I not even a 5-star artifact. I don't care about 5-star characters. Just the fact that I got no 5 stars in any capacity is kind of upsetting. But we did get you Fiend today. Let's go ahead and do our elemental summons. So by doing this, we're going to end up with a lot more bookmarks over the next few days, and I will tell you soon what to do with that. So if you are summoning right now and got 1 Tamarin, you can stop. You do not need any more Tamarins. Once you get 1 Tamarin, stop right there. No 5-star there, but we got Hero Journal. So like I said, we're going to be stocking up on a lot of bookmarks over the next little bit. So with stocking up on a lot of bookmarks, you're going to have the options. Do I only have 1? I thought you got like 3 of these. Oh, 5-star. There we go. Nice. Come on. Who do we want? Cecilia? It's probably Cecilia. Ilanev. Hey. I don't know if I could use her, but hey. Augers. Sorry. I stream on Twitch. Okay, we do have 2 more right here. So let's go ahead and go back in and let's do 2 more. Hey, back to back 5 stars. The luck has turned around. Finally. Oh, it's Tamarin. If I just got Tamarin. Oh my gosh. I am so mad. I am so mad. That is so dumb. Holy cow. That sucks. It's still okay. Any of you that are seeing this right now, yes, I did pity Tamarin. And then I got her the next day off my fire elemental summons. No, you should not change the structure of this guide. No, you should not go into Golem and wait to summon on Tamarin banner until you've done your fire summons. If you want to, you can. But the chance of you getting Tamarin are like 1 in 5,000 accounts off this challenge, because you have to beat the 4 to 5 star odds, and then maybe it's a little bit less than that, but it's very unlikely. No, do not change what you've done with the guide. No, do not think you're going to get Tamarin from your 5-star. If you do, you're just unlucky. We have an imprint for it. It's going to give us more Spirit Balloons to 6-star character. Is what it is. But dang, that sucks. 3 5-stars in a row. Hey, finally. Now this is what we've been waiting for. Ravi, this is actually sick for a new account. I will be very happy with this. So Ravi, as you get later games, she falls off. She's not as good. But on an early account, especially on your arena defense and Guild War defense, new players will not be able to beat her very easily if you have your teams built right. They will not know what to do against it. So she will be fantastic for this guide if you have her. Awesome. As a new player, you can really utilize her. So she has some PvE uses too and other uses. So Double-Edged Crescent's a good artifact. So that is... And then now we can finally claim this. We got Charles. So this is what I was saying. Once you get up to day 7, your account is going to look so much different. You just saw how many 5 stars we got. So now I have so much that I could be doing in terms of not so much I could be doing, but so much that I could be preparing for. So the reason, okay, I got to clean all that up. That's fine. I want that running 24/7. You want to keep running unrecorded history. You like by the next day, if I'm down to 5,000, 6,000 skystones, I'm happy. So with that, we just got a bunch of new 5-star heroes. We'll go in, we'll clean up our hero inventory out of this video, but you should still, real quick, you should still be just sort by name, and any characters that you have dupes up, you should be memory imprinting them, including 5 stars. Yes, you could save the characters. A lot of people say, like Tamarin, save for Moonlight Tamarin. That is an option. If you would like to sit here and hold on to this Tamarin in your waiting room, or have them sitting here until Moonlight Tamarin maybe comes out in the next 15 years, go ahead. You can go. You can save her for that, so you have imprints there. But me, I do not save. I just use the character right away. As you get further, it is more efficient to save. But the chance of being a new player and getting ML5s, if you're not spending a ton, I wouldn't bank on getting that new ML5 when they get released. If you don't get them and have the copies sitting there, you're going to feel really bad and you're going to keep holding on to them. So by feeding it into it as a new player, we did just get 4 Spirit Blooms. So by memory imprinting, you always get Spirit Blooms from it. If you memory imprint a 5-star character, you get 4 epics, which is 1/5 of a 5 or of a 6-star. So it's super nice to imprint your characters. So with this, I guess I'm just gonna do this. I would not spend those two quickly. I probably shouldn't have did that, but it's fine. But having her with a little extra health might be nice. So yeah, the guild's talking about it. They know. They saw the summons. They know what I'm doing, making a video. But yes, so as you're getting devotion grade S on your heroes, though, you will be getting more bookmarks. Sorry, I got super sidetracked because that Tamarin just was very depressing. But getting the more bookmarks. Now you're at a point. You have Tamarin done. You've summoned her. You will be getting quite a bit of bookmarks. This is where you're going to have to start making your own decisions on summoning on banners. So by finishing her, we can start a new side story. So there are certain characters that are very good whenever you are to this point, that if you get them, it will be nice. But every 2 weeks, you can go in here and start a different side story. So if you've gotten your reputation from your Leafs, make sure you at least get the Leafs from this every time. You can clear the lowest stage. Make sure to get the Leafs at the beginning. The exchange store is pretty good value overall because getting the bookmarks out of it, I need to do this. Getting these artifact charms are worth it. These greater equipment charms are worth it. The runes I would not worry about buying the runes from this. The greater spirit bloom, don't worry about it on a new account. Always buy Molagora, no matter what, no matter where you're at in the game, always buy the Mola. And then I would buy the epic catalyst from this, but I wouldn't worry about getting the lower catalyst for right now. So get the epic catalyst, the Molagora, the bookmarks, the artifact charms, and then these charms. And once you get all this, you can close the side story. You don't have to do all this, by the way. You can just go to the next side story. But those are what I would grab before going. The Gift of Braveries are okay, but as a new player, I wouldn't worry about them too much. Getting Friendship 10 and getting the Molagoras is nice, or getting the skill enhancements for free is nice versus using Molagora, but that's up to you. If you want to farm these, they do have value for sure, but it's not a necessity. So now we are going to start a different side story. Or I'm going to click this, so I'm going to back out of it. So in the second thing, no characters from the first grouping are going to be a high priority to target. None of these characters are great, really. Some of them are pretty good. This is a character we may get later, Asaria. A lot of you guys may have started with Asaria if you watched a different guide before coming to my guides. But this is a character we might get later. Her artifact's nice to have on banner, because if you can get a copy or two, it's not bad. Now, episode 2. Violet has fallen off a lot, but he can be okay for new players if you did pull him. Lilius is okay if you get her. She's pretty nice. Elena can be really good for newer players. Orwana is possibly one that we will go for in this. And then Kana, you get a free Kana anyway. So those of you that are hearing me say you need bomb model Kana for beating chapter 4, don't worry about it. We will get Kana for free. Next up, we're going to be getting into this chapter. So as you get to the end of chapter 3, if you are to that point right now, selective summon, you get infinite tries. You can pick any character in this list of characters right here. The only characters I would suggest picking, number 1 priority is Shu. Shu is fantastic. She will win you games that you should never win. RNG, absolute monster unit. She was super used in my 30-day challenge. Shu is number 1 pick. Number 2 pick, And this is Senya. Senya, yes, without Senya's artifact, she's not as good. But you do not need Senya's artifact. I use Bastion of Perlucia on my 30-day challenge account for her. You can put her on other artifacts and she will work fine. You can put her on a lot of the night artifacts. Like Hillag Lance, you can put her on that as a new player for anti-cleave, getting into RTA. She is very, very good. She's not good for PvE, though. The thing with Shu is you can use Shu and Labyrinth. So I will be making a Labyrinth guide very soon, but make sure you're still spending your Labyrinth tokens. And if you need the Labyrinth thing, join Discord. It's epic7x.com lab calculator. And it's a very nice tool. I talked about it in one of the earlier videos. I need to do a video over that ASAP. I forgot about that. I should do that today. But lab, I will probably go over that tomorrow before we build our Banshee teams. So the order is then Polytus. Polytus is not in this, but Polytus is worth taking. So the order I would say is Shu, Senya, Polytus, and fourth would be Alencia. No, I would not advise getting any other character from this right now. Mort just got a buff, but I think he's going to be too hard for new players to build. The thing with Alencia, she's easy to gear because you can use the arena gear on her to make an injury build early, which will help you fight Apoc Ravis. Senya's just easy to build in general. You don't have to have a perfect Senya, but you can just put whatever random gear on and she will work pretty well. Shu, you get the free counter set for her, and Polytus is a pretty standard easy build to get one that will work as well. So all these characters easy gear, all the ones I just suggested. And then that's for Selective Summon Chapter 2. But I would not worry about doing any kind of summon on that. Sorry, I got a little off topic there. Do not worry about doing your story summon on any of these. So next up, you don't have to pick the banner either. You can just do these story summon for rewards. So since with that being the case, for my second story summon, I am just going to pick a character so if you go into a character that you just pulled from your 5 stars, see what kind of catalyst they take. This is something you will always do late game. So we'll sort by grade. So the next character out of this that I will end up building, probably the easiest one that I can get some use out of, would be maybe Fire Ravi. I will not focus on building her right away, but she could be good later. So Fire Ravi takes Dragon's Wrath. I think it's Dragon's Wrath. What that was called? Wrath? Wrath? That's probably Wrath. So we need those. So if we go to side story, we go to not unrecorded history, we go to the Guilty Gear. I would not bother farming the Guilty Gear if you're a new player either too much yet. You can farm it before it leaves, but if you wait to farm it before it leaves, you can farm the higher stages and get better, more out of each one. So different side story. If we click into these at the left-hand side, you can see what catalysts they drop. So we need to find one with Dragon's Wraths. Going through this, I do not see one. That is not good. So I do not see one. Go into chapter 1. I still do not see one. There it is, Bologna. So since I need these catalysts, I will just do Bologna side story. So you can do whichever one you want. Just figure out some catalysts that you're going to need and go ahead and... Oh, I shouldn't have started it. Oh, no, I just lost out on... I just lost out on some stuff. Okay, it's fine. It's whatever. The further behind my account is for you guys that don't make the mistakes that I do while in the videos, like you'll see that I still was able to make it pretty good. So I know some of you guys will feel like you made mistakes. So just see that I am making mistakes as well as we go. So you're not going to make your account perfect. You're going to mess up here and there, and that is normal. You will always click the wrong button. You'll sell a piece of gear, possibly. That's the worst. I've never done that. But if you sell a piece of gear on accidentally, could end up being pretty bad. So, side story. Next up, the last thing you should be doing, if you cleared all of Chapter 2 for the extra rewards, got all the free Skystones you can get out of that, now you will move into Chapter 3. The team I showed you is going to be Raz, Tamarin, Spectratibia, Free Spirit Teria, or you could be using Crozet, Tamarin, Spectratibia, Teria. That will clear most of the story. If you get stuck in one of these stages, that means I will probably get stuck too, because your character should look like mine. And if you get stuck, that means I will be covering that fight in a YouTube video. If you get stuck and I don't cover it in a video, then you need to tell me in the YouTube comments and I will cover it. So be clearing as far into this as you can. That's really all I got for today. Like I said, make sure you finish all the stuff I talked about. I know I talked about a lot of different things. Most important thing is get your hunt challenge finished. Get this finished as soon as you can, and then get the Mologora challenge. This we will be try to start. Make sure you are getting everything else finished, at least up to the hunt, and we will be getting this finished. There's no point to rush this before you are level 60 though, because you will not unlock the next Mologora challenge. So we will be getting that done. Once I get the gear to fully rebuild my Wyvern team that will stay for a while, then I will go in and finish that. So don't do gold, or don't, you can do golem if you want. Don't worry about it right now. Tomorrow's the day I'm going to finish that for my account. So just get to a point where you have all the other challenges done. And other than that, that's all I got for this video. It is a catch-up day. It is a catch-up day if you're behind. If you are getting to this point, do all that you can. If you don't end up getting the other gear and stuff, that's something you'll put in the backlog of what to do for the next day. But that's all I got. It's a lot to cover. If there is anything you guys want me to cover, though, anything you see, make sure to comment it down below. Before I end this video, though, make sure every single day you're going to crafting materials and you are trading in max for the highest rarity of each one of these that you have unlocked. This will be big for when we get to the crafting portion. You will be able to do more crafts. So make sure you're trading in for the max of dark steels. You're trading for the max of the abyss drake claws. And then if you are willing to farm up to stage 7, you can be doing these as well for Banshee and that. And once you clear stage 7 and claim the reward, then you will unlock each of these. So you can be trading up all of them. Just make sure you are trading up to these for every single thing, because we only want T85 gear or higher. Or, well, Tier 85 gear. We do not want any T70 gear because you can't reforge it. So we want all highest material for when we do our crafting. That is all I got for this video, though. Nothing else. Any questions, comment them down below. Thank you guys for following along this guide. Thank you for all the new subs. We've gained over 1,200 subs. If you want to join the Discord, down in the comments, the pinned thing will be a link to the Discord. If you want to play yourself on an emulator, pinned comment will have a link to LD Player, which is what I use. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.